Ever wondered what it's like to drive a truck across one of the coldest, most unforgiving landscapes on Earth? Tonight, you're about to find out. This isn't just another trucking story, it's a battle against ice, wind, and sheer wilderness. In this episode, we follow Mike, a seasoned ice road trucker, as he takes on one of the most dangerous hauls of his career. With a 40-ton load, freezing temperatures, and roads that seem to vanish into thin air, this journey is anything but ordinary. Will he make it, or will the ice roads claim another victim? Buckle up. It's going to be one hell of a ride. Mike's truck, a rugged red Peterbilt 379 with a gleaming chrome grille, stands out like a beacon against the white expanse of Alaska's icy wilderness. Despite its age, the Peterbilt is in decent shape, though the salt and snow have left their scars on the paint. Hitched to the back is a closed trailer filled with life-saving supplies, crates of food, medicine, and winter clothing destined for a remote community in Inuvik, Canada. The journey begins at a snow-covered truck stop near Fairbanks. It's early morning, and the sun barely creeps above the horizon. The sky is painted in hues of orange and pink, but the temperature is a bone-chilling minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 34 degrees Celsius. Mike sips his coffee, surveys the landscape, and double-checks his route on the GPS. He knows the 500-mile stretch of icy roads will test his skills, his truck, and his nerves. The first few hours are deceptively calm. The Peterbilt roars to life, its powerful engine cutting through the icy silence as Mike navigates the frost-bitten highways. Snowflakes dance in the air, and the tires crunch over the frozen surface. But as the day progresses, the weather begins to change. Heavy clouds roll in, and the wind picks up, howling like a pack of wolves. The icy road narrows, flanked by towering snowbanks. Ahead lies the infamous Dalton Highway, known as the Ice Trucker's Graveyard. Mike tightens his grip on the steering wheel, fully aware of the dangers that lie ahead. By midday, Mike approaches an icy river crossing. The ice is thick, at least 30 inches. But the idea of driving a 40-ton truck over a frozen river is enough to make anyone's heart race. The warning signs are everywhere. Cracks spider-webbing across the surface. The sound of ice groaning under pressure. He radios a nearby trucker for advice. "Go slow and steady," the voice crackles, "and pray it holds." With no other choice, Mike eases the Peterbilt onto the ice. Every creak and pop sends chills down his spine. Halfway across, the ice lets out a deafening crack. For a split second, it feels like the trailer might sink, but Mike keeps his composure, gently accelerating until he reaches the other side. As night falls, the storm arrives. Snow whips against the windshield, reducing visibility to just a few feet. The headlights barely pierce through the swirling chaos. Mike activates his hazard lights and slows to a crawl, his heart pounding with every mile. The snowstorm is relentless, and the once visible road is now buried under a blanket of white. "Come on, girl," Mike mutters, patting the dashboard. He knows one wrong move could send the truck sliding into a ditch, or worse, over the edge of an icy embankment. Late in the evening, disaster strikes. A hose in the coolant system bursts, sending steam hissing out from under the hood. Mike pulls over, and the truck's engine groans to a stop. Outside, the temperature has plummeted to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind cuts like a knife. Armed with a flashlight and a toolbox, Mike inspects the damage. The hose is torn, and the replacement he carries is too short. Using quick thinking, he patches the old hose with duct tape and clamps. His hands are numb, and every movement feels like a battle against frostbite. After nearly an hour of grueling work, the engine roars back to life. "We're not done yet," Mike mutters, climbing back into the cab. Hours later, Mike reaches a rickety wooden bridge. It's barely visible in the darkness, illuminated only by the faint glow of his headlights. Stepping out into the frigid air, he inspects the structure. The wood creaks ominously under his weight, and several planks are cracked. "This thing's held together by hope and prayer," he mutters. With no alternative route, Mike cautiously drives onto the bridge. The Peterbilt groans under the weight, and the trailer sways with each creak of the planks. Suddenly, one of the boards gives way, and the rear tire sinks slightly. For a heart-stopping moment, it feels like the whole rig might go over. But with careful maneuvering, Mike makes it to the other side, his knuckles white from gripping the wheel. The storm intensifies as midnight approaches. The wind howls like a banshee, and snow drifts pile up against the truck, making progress nearly impossible. Mike finds temporary shelter at an abandoned gas station. Inside the cab, he wraps himself in a thermal blanket, trying to preserve body heat as the fuel gauge dips lower. The isolation is deafening. The radio is silent, and the only sounds are the storm outside and the creaking of the truck as it shifts under the wind's force. For hours, Mike waits, hoping the storm will pass before he runs out of diesel. At dawn, the storm finally subsides. The road ahead is barely visible, buried under fresh snow. The Peterbilt struggles to gain traction, but Mike pushes on. With every passing mile, he grows more determined to reach his destination. After what feels like an eternity, the outline of Inuvik emerges on the horizon. The sight of the small, snow-covered village fills him with relief. As he rolls into town, residents gather to greet him, their faces lighting up with gratitude. The supplies are unloaded with care. Boxes of food, medicine, and clothing handed over to the eager townsfolk. "We weren't sure you'd make it," one of them says, shaking Mike's hand. "You're a hero." Despite the exhaustion, Mike feels a sense of accomplishment. The journey was brutal, but the lives he's helped make it all worthwhile. Climbing back into his truck, he glances at the frost-covered windshield and smiles. "Another run done. Now let's see what the next one brings." This was more than just a delivery. It was a testament to human endurance and the unbreakable spirit of truckers who brave the ice roads. If you were on the edge of your seat through this journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. There are more stories from the ice roads waiting to be told, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Stay warm out there.